Hi there. This lesson is going to be about reducing relapse risk. So, in order to reduce your relapse risk, you need to build a support system. If you're in a treatment center, that system might include a treatment team. If you're not in a treatment center, then you can always build your own system out of some of the following options. You might want to have a therapist. You might want a sponsor who you can find at a 12-step meeting. Attending 12-step meetings in the first place will open your world to new people who can support you. Additionally, assuming your partner is supportive to your recovery, you might want to rely on them. Friends who are supportive to your recovery are also a fantastic option. In addition to a support system, you need to be able to identify your relapse triggers, those people, places, and things that make you more likely to relapse. You want to avoid situations where drugs and alcohol may be present. You want to create an environment that's as safe as possible for you, especially in the beginning of your recovery. Essentially, the less frequently you expose yourself to drugs and alcohol, the more likely it is that you're not going to reach for it in a difficult moment. However, if you cannot avoid a triggering situation, you need to be strategic. If you're going to attend a party, you would want to go with a sober friend, or perhaps you have your own car. You should also think ahead and decide how you're going to handle cravings if they hit. One thing that you can do in these situations is to make sure your resources are handy. Some people like to carry a little note card of their coping skills list so that they can easily refer to them. For a few of these note cards, distraction strategies that'll work for you will be great to keep on hand. It can be helpful to have reminders that you can count backwards from 100 down to 1 to help you manage your cravings. Another healthy distraction is to list animals that start with each letter of the alphabet. Start with all the A's, then continue with all the B animals you can think of, and so on. Keep in mind that you're trying to ride out an urge which tends to last 15 to 20 minutes. Deep breathing is another essential mechanism. You can take 5 slow, deep breaths. If you breathe in on a count of 6, then breathe out on a count of 8 for a total of 5 times. It will take the edge off when you're feeling emotional. You can also practice the 5-4-3-2-1 method. With this exercise, look around the room. Identify 5 things you see, then 5 things you hear. And if you're not feeling calmer after that, then do 4. And you want to make sure you pick 4 different things that you see and 4 different things that you hear. Keep going through 3, 2, and 1 until you start to feel calmer and more comfortable. The general idea here is to simply take your mind off of using and to think of something else instead. You'll also want to have phone numbers of support team members at the ready. Make sure these contacts are in your favorites or on speed dial so you can easily reach out to a friend when you need them. Finally, you may find it helpful to establish a daily recovery-focused practice. That might be anything that you find helpful with your recovery program. However, with these practices, you want to make sure you stay focused on recovery every day. That could be by using daily meditation. You might go to group therapy. You might choose to go to a 12-step meeting. You might take up yoga or get involved in community activities or spiritual practice. Perhaps there's a church or an organization that you would like to assist. Or perhaps spirituality means something differently to you entirely, and you'd like to pursue your thoughts on that. Whatever you do, it doesn't need to be the same thing every day. You can use a combination of these or other things that'll help you focus on your recovery. As long as you're connecting your practice to your recovery, then it doesn't matter. In our next lesson, we're going to talk about common addictive behaviors. Thank you for choosing the Recovery Village. If you or a loved one are struggling with mental health or substance abuse and would like to find out more about the programs we offer, please reach out to us directly at 855-387-3291.